Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for coming to this press conference. And the purpose has been already explained. So I just want to point out some of the aspects that we are going to discuss this afternoon in the Assembly, and that has been already approved by the board, so we expect that the Assembly will confirm. So you know that for us it's a very important season, next season. It's a very important one. All of them are important, but this is, I would say, a special one, since we have a new system of competition, since we are going to move to change the game days from Wednesday, Thursday to Thursday, Friday, and we are going to have our Turkish Airlines Euroleague Final Four in a city where we never have been, so it's which is London. Some good news has come from this week. Good news in terms that everything that is looking to the future, it's good. Everything that talks about how we can improve is good. And we had, I want to make a special mention, we have a basketball rule summit. We had a meeting with the head coaches, with the technical commission of the referees department. Today we have the marketing summit. We will have the shareholders meeting this afternoon. The weekend will be devoted to the ticketing program. So very busy week. All the topics are regarding the future. But I want to have a special mention to the basketball rule summits, because we have a very profitable 2 days meeting with people who represent the best of the best in basketball. We had players like Papaloukas, we had coaches like Coach Messina, Coach Obradovic, Coach Aito. We had owners like Kerejeta, presidents of the leagues like Rado Lorbek, general managers like Nakic from Zibona Zagreb and former EuroLeague champion. We had people who represent marketing and TV. So it's a good combination, and you can see that for the first time in the history, referees and coaches are not the majority, which talks about the approach that we want to give to this meeting. And the meeting has been productive in terms that we have a bunch of new things that we can work in order to improve the game, but under the principles the game has to be more spectacular, more clear, and more fair. So we want to have a game that flows, a game that's it's transparent, where the talent is protected, when the concept of team game is also protected. So we want to have, let's say, a more clean arena in terms of to allow the talented players to develop their skills. So we had a different kind of decisions. Some of them affect criteria, which means that the rules are already written and in place, so no problems, but we have to change the criteria of our referees when applying these rules in order to achieve these goals. So that refers probably the criteria regarding context. So you know that today fast break is almost impossible. Players are stopped in the middle of the court with fouls, so we will be much more strict, much more consistent. Things like traveling, that probably we has been too restricted in this case. We have to be more open to give the offensive player advantage. I think the NBA is a good example. So we will introduce, let's say, our old criteria regarding semicircle, because when we adapted FIBA criteria, that is really, we do not need the semicircle with the FIBA criteria, so we are going back to our criteria that protect more the offensive player, and it's one of the aspects that affects only criteria. We also talk about the need that referees to run faster the game, so we are wasting a lot of time with free throws, timeouts, balls out of bounds. So all these processes has to be faster if we want our game be much more fluent and spectacular. Then we have some other decisions that affect more the rules itself. So it needs change of the rules. I will give some examples. But I want to point out that if when talking about interpretation of the rules, this depends on us, and we will proceed immediately starting 2012-13 season with the new criteria. So we expect that our game will be improved starting next season. When we talk about changing the rules, we know that FIBA has a word to say. They are the ones in charge, so we want to talk with them, and we invite them to come into the dialogue, seeing if it's possible to have a consensus, changing the rule.